Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto Shippuden. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy shinobi journey. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. Now, previously on Naruto, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a minute. It's been like 3 weeks for me in between these watchings, and it's fine. Everything's fine. We started the war arc-ish, the Great Ninja War. I almost said World War. I was like, that's not right. Which I guess it kind of is, but we're starting the Great Ninja War. And there's been several different things, all of these things occurring, but part of the plan was that during the day battle, the Zetsus were gonna like take, I don't know, some kind of copy their, it's not like a DNA, but like basically they can copy everything about the person, even their chakra signature. They can do all the jutsus they can do and whatever. And so it's causing a lot of like, confusion and distrust amongst the troops because they don't know who's real and who's not real, who's against them, who's with them, that sort of thing. So if I remember correctly, they're trying to figure out how to break that because now they're approaching morning again and they've had all this stuff happen throughout the night. So how are they going to survive? But then there was also Naruto fighting the Kages, and finally, oh my gosh, the older brother Kage was finally coming to an understanding about B and how like it's not wrong to protect, but you basically are just I don't want to say sheltering, but you can't prevent all bad things from happening, and you kind of have to like let him go and let his wings fly or whatever. I don't really remember much past that, so that could have been the last episode. That could not have been the last episode. It's been a minute. So yeah, we're gonna watch these next episodes and it's gonna be fine.
Ninja Network News.
Huh?
Good evening. I'm
Doing a television station. Is this?
And today, we'll be bringing you the latest updates and breaking news from the various battlefronts via satellite.
Okay, great. So we're getting a recap for my benefit. See, this is on purpose. But now I'm starting to wonder if this is a
continues between Gaara's fourth company and the reanimated Kage. On
filler.
The front, Darui and his first company sustained heavy losses when the
I forgot that the statue came to the beachfront. Forgot all about that. But we did get to see Choji turn into a butterfly again.
Ninja swordsmen one after another. The company has split into smaller units and expanded their range to.
Oh, right. Them. Oh, and the whole Hanzo and the samurai guy. Totes forgot about that too.
However, thanks to the keen observations of Sakura Haruno, a shinobi with the medical unit, our genius strategist Shikaku has been able to draw up a strategy to counter that jutsu.
I'm refining the strategy now. Please be patient just a little longer.
Meanwhile, at the front, Sakura has just begun a press conference, the purpose of which is to get the word out about White Zetsu.
Oh, right. They Sure. But they do have to. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna pause because we have to find out. Am I in the wrong? Am I wrong? No, I am correct. But it is right after a little skip. There is a skip in these episodes, so this probably is a little bit filler.
Is that the only declaration of love you've received?
Please, if we could just focus.
You reportedly said you're already in love with someone, so who is it that you're in love with?
Don't make her mad. She's gonna break that table, yup!
Well, it seems we're connected now. Let's try this again.
Are you there, Naruto?
So, do I just talk into this while I'm running?
Stay put so the camera can focus, and I'll plant a kiss on you like this.
Hey, out of my way!
What?
being themselves. Let's be real. Oh, right. Isn't this the Jinchuriki? Obviously, they're gonna have to face the other two. So unfortunate.
But then, the two suns inside Naruto soften his heart. The lights of brotherly and parental love burn so bright that they make the Raikage squint. And so he relents.
It
and
is a
lets
slug, I
Naruto
knew
and
it, I
Killer
knew
Bee
it.
Go. In an intense, touching moment between men, Lady Tsunade.
She's relaying it to I forgot she's the telephone.
Consider the enemy's use of White Zetsu's transformation jutsu. It almost seems deliberately chosen to try to lure Naruto out.
You're right. It surely could be a trap. However, we have no choice but to leave this in Naruto's hands.
Oh, right, because he's the only one that can tell the difference between the real and the fake.
Or rather, since there's so many of them, they must be like plants, harvested and cultivated from the first Hokage's cells in order to make mobile botanical clones. They even use a weak version of wood style.
I still don't get it. But even if I don't, what you're saying is I'm supposed to guard you against plants, is that right? Well then...
Gotta be guarded. You know, plants can be dangerous.
Unbelievable. Madara and Orochimaru's obsession with the first Hokage has created this botanical ninja created from grandfather's body. This
I
is
forget that
proof
she's
Madara
related
has
to them.
possession of the first Hokage's cells.
Wow.
He's cultivated them
Get it
and
together,
developed a way
Cassie.
to replicate them, which means he's probably used them on himself too. It's no.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Ugh.
Do we have any idea of how to destroy him then?
No, the opposite. Now we have no idea what will defeat him. I'm afraid it appears that Madara really is immortal.
Well, that's not good.
You can't reason with him, Naruto. Madara is different than Nagato. He has no interest in peace whatsoever. He's a truly evil man who covets the whole world.
Yeah, he's been planning this for what, like 3 generations worth of people? He's had time to ruminate in his revenge and anger and all that jazz.
A while ago, I talked to Madara in the Land of Iron. He told me all about the Uchiha clan's destiny. I know that he understands all about hatred. He used Nagato, and he's the one who's manipulating Sasuke's hatred too. I know how evil he is.
He doesn't act upon hatred. He simply takes advantage of hatred.
Yep.
He's different from other enemies.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like he does feel hate, but like he's almost like a calm hate, if that makes sense.
You tell me which ones to attack and I'll get on it just like that.
Everyone's an enemy. Attack them all!
Oh, they're all interesting. They tried to intercept.
Let's do this, Octopops! Come on!
Oh my gosh, is this? I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, there's lots of new things happening here that I have not seen before. This is really awesome. Woo, got Naruto. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know,
Naruto's attack.
in a way, I'm going to pretend that this makes up for all the trees that they have murdered throughout this series. They're just going to defeat these thousands and thousands of Zetsus, and they're going to turn it all back around by giving back.
You learned from the training drills. Can I take some credit for the kills?
Cyclones and Mr. Gamahiro can stay here and stand watch over this area. Now let's go! I'm gonna hit every one of the battlefields at the same time!
Ooh.
Alright, Shadow Clone!
Oh! Wow. You know what? I do remember them saying that this is the only reason, not the only reason, but like the best way, because he can create so many.
So the magnetic power in your body. So, what's gonna happen to me then? Right now, your whole body is magnetized. And the shuriken he possesses are too. Your body
Oh.
and his shuriken are going to be drawn directly toward each other.
Is Naruto gonna step in just now?
Are you guys okay? Have you been injured?
What was that?
I wonder, Kabuto. I wonder. Your plan is being foiled! I went on a whole rant about Kabuto to one of my coworkers today, and I was pacing around the office too, and everyone was like, we don't know what you're talking about, but this is funny.
Are you trying to kill me? It's your own fault. Now's not the time for jokes.
Yeah, they're still really paranoid, which does make sense. There's a lot going on. But also... oh, no. But it'd probably be better if they... make sure that they don't have anybody killing them behind the lines.
They were slowly retreating, but it seems they've made up their minds.
Right,
Fighting
these
those
are the
from other villages is
Kages.
understandable, but I don't care to battle my own village's shinobi. Curse that Orochimaru brat for controlling us with this loathsome jutsu. He will regret doing this to us.
You and I have never seen eye to eye.
But today we will, yeah.
I really hope you're right.
Incoming. There are two of them.
Interesting.
Whoa, look! Now that is a whole lot of sand. It's the power of Shikaku, the One Tail.
Is it? He's not possessed anymore. So how can he still...
You stopped it. Nice.
Gold dust is much heavier than sand. So if I simply mix some gold dust into the sand, then I'm able to slow it down.
I'm impressed that you knew how to counter it so quickly and effectively.
Well,
When
because it's
Shukaku
his
the
son.
One Tail would run amok, I would stop his sand just like this.
Here's something I have been looking forward to. They clearly have a lot to talk about.
From above. You're an old man, Onoki. Do you owe your long life to particle style?
Oh, right. Because there's only one other person before that knew it. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
My predecessor's as powerful as ever.
His sand is even more powerful than before.
Just wait for the signal.
That was particle style. Don't tell me that's your former pupil, the brat Onoki. Oh man, now I really do.
Yep.
I am no longer the Jinchuriki that you created, Father.
That's gonna end that way, isn't it? Yeah. That was a really long pause. I was like, hello? See, this ending looks good too. The pain in my heart. Fine. I don't need to watch anything. Yeah, it was alright. Honestly, the beginning of it definitely felt very fillerish, but I think overall getting a recap was actually great because I was lost. And I'm pretty sure they maybe knew the audience was probably lost because a lot happened. There were various battlefronts going on and just different positions and different, everyone was in a different spot. So I appreciated it. It's exactly what I needed. The recap was what I needed is the point of all that. I did like that we got to see Naruto's efforts because obviously every time we visited them, him and B doing training exercises and learning to control his, I keep wanting to call it nine-tailsiness. I forget what it's called exactly, but the chakra that he pulled from the nine tails. Even though like in my mind, like we did see a little bit of what they worked on, I didn't realize that they had worked on so many things, that he has such like much more various control. And in a way that's kind of great because while all this stuff is happening or has been happening, he's been able to improve so much. And even though we didn't get to see it, and in some ways I'm like, oh man, I love training arcs. But at the same time, I'm like glad. I don't know if glad's the right word, but like excited because it gives me And, you know, just anybody that watches it, so many more surprises because we know where he was. We know the kind of like state that he was in, the kind of mental state that he went through meeting his mom and all that. And then he's been training ever since. So now we get to see the fruits of his labors. And I know not everybody enjoys watching the struggle of training. So this is actually really, really great. Again, to see all the various ways that he has learned to use his abilities along with the stuff that he already does well, like his shadow clones. I do remember them talking about his shadow clones being the key here to get to multiple areas and being able to sense the enemy, which is a really cool type of ability, or at least differentiate, you know, bad juju vibes coming from people. I did also like that ending, that little bit at the end. I'm not saying that I always wanted this to happen because I didn't, but after watching the first bit of this war and seeing people confront the people that they like needed closure with, like again, I thought that Asuma and Shikamaru were going to talk, but I should have known because he had his whole moment. Him and Choji, like Choji having his moment was really great because clearly he also needed, you know, a push, something more. And it's just like that with like Sai, for instance, Sai and his brother, like they never got that closure. So in a way, I'm mad at Kabuto for bringing all these people back so unnecessarily. But at the same time, it's really exciting for people to be able to face the things that they need to be facing. And maybe that's silly. I don't know. 'Cause like, again, I don't wish this upon anybody. It's both sad for the people that are being controlled and the people whose lives that they, you know, directly affected. However, I am glad, again, that there seems to be things that need to be said, that need to be done to help really round out the character arcs of some of these characters. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really glad for everything that Gaara has done and accomplished, especially since, you know, his battle with Naruto, ever since the Chunin exams and just going forward, his whole thing. But this is definitely something I feel is like super important to just really again round out his character and his character arc. And I feel that's probably what this entire war arc is that they're coming into contact with people who is necessary for them to round out their characters, because as I've been told, this is the last arc of Naruto, even though it's forever long, but it's the last arc. So like, you got to get in all those things. I don't know. It's really exciting. And yeah. So until the next episode, which will be interesting to get this confrontation. I'm excited about that. Not sure about the others. I guess what's his name? The other Kage and with the particles. I feel like I guess they also maybe need a moment or whatever. I don't know. They're facing each other, but really I feel like this is like Gaara and his dad. So anywho, thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy shinobi journey. And until next time, bye.